We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Ain't nothing normal.
Maybe that's all it was. I don't know. Let's see if we get sound now.
Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really trying to rise, step into the portal.
Yep, no.
To this feeling.
Must have been loose, so we could have done it the other way. Oh, now it's gonna have sound. I just we won't be able to see the chat over there though. I mean, I can go and set it. It takes 2 seconds to switch it back over to the other then. Oh, it's on there. We just won't be able to see the chat on Periscope.
We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystallize. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots to this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy grow. We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. You can take a walk in my hood.
Whatever.
Everything
For some reason, I don't know how you feel.
Everything paranormal.
Which is fine.
We got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really trying to rise, step into the
Yeah, I gotta hold on to this feeling. I be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud,
Then hallelujah for Judas.
Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we
On our job, so persecution is useless.
Proof that what we doing is more than just making music, utilizing the truth.
Drop it up in the hood, show 'em what's really good.
Feeling is understood. We know just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone. If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Don't retract your statement, Ryan. I want to read what you said. I didn't get to see it.
You can take a walk in my hood.
Well, everything paranormal. Yeah, everything paranormal.
If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really trying to rise, step into the portal.
That's our theme music. Every good hero should have theme music. No, was it Beam Me Up, Mr. Scott? That's an original by Supremes of Ohio Valley, SOTOV. It's available on all platforms. If you dig it, go cop it. Bump that shit, let everybody know. You know what I'm saying? What's going on? But that's our theme music. They put it together for us. All right.
Sorry, bear with us, folks, for a minute here. We work on a little bit of technical stuff here, trying to get everything set up. We are now streaming across multiple platforms: YouTube, Periscope. I'll be putting Twitch on pretty soon. Fucking Discord, Facebook, maybe.
Wherever we can.
Wherever we can.
We gonna be there.
Whatever we need to do to get the word out.
So what's Hood Hoodies? Welcome to Thursday night's Paranormal Hood Live. We're live and direct in the God of Knowledge Studios. I'm your host, Jiggy.
I am Smoke King.
And you know how we do. Again, we apologize for the things that we're trying to work out here. We're just adding some new stuff, man. We're trying to make this experience dope for everybody. Stream across multiple platforms. Just try to do what we do. So it's growing pains, but it is called Paranormal Hood. So CPT, we were a little bit on CPT time. Fuck with it. Everybody in the chat know what CPT is? Who doesn't know? That's what I'd like to know. Come on, trivia in the chat. Who knows what CPT is? Trip Team family. No doubt, Ryan. No doubt. Welcome. Welcome, welcome, welcome. We're Trip Team family all day. But you don't have to retract the statements around here. Unless some people get really fucking ill. And we have mods in there for that. They know what to do. But we don't really care about a little bit of profanity. As long as people aren't attacking each other and no racist, sexist, unnecessary shit gets said. You pretty much
can ask all the questions you want. We ain't gonna censor you and stuff as long as you're respectful with how you ask it. If you're disrespectful, you'll be asked. At least it's. I don't want to turn into. I'm not gonna even say his fucking name, but it takes a lot before you're kicked out of here.
Yeah.
I'll mute you for a little while, put you in a little timeout or something first, but.
But we can have debates and conversations and stuff. That's what it's for. So we're not.
Especially on tonight, where it's open topic when we get into it later on. So we just talk about whatever.
Whatever, however, whenever. I never. All right, let's play some scary music. Here we go. That's right, folks. It's another Thursday night in the College of Nodden Studios. Are you sitting down? Are all the lights in your house on? You're gonna need them. This shit just might get scary.
Can you read that, old man?
What do you think?
Can you read that now?
What? Yep. That's dope. You got to memorize, Alfie. Good look. Good look. It was dope when they put that song together, man. They've been on the show. They're friends of the show. They're friends of ours personally, and they show a lot of love to us. And just to come up with a song like that really kind of epitomizes who we are, what we do. Weed, psychedelics, everything, but no violence. We're called ParanormalHooD, but it ain't all that dumb shit. Ain't no fucking woo-woo here. Ain't no fucking craziness. So, yeah, I agree. The song is dope, though. I'll tell you, when I was in hip-hop, when I was younger, when I used to rap and stuff, the way that I told JMC that the way that he put those lyrics together almost was like that motherfucker was in my head, like straight up. I know that sounds weird. Anybody doesn't understand hip-hop or grew up with hip-hop. I'm 49 years old, so I'm in the beginning of hip-hop, when hip-hop first started all the way through. So, and being a bouncer, owning a security company, bodyguard and shit, I've worked all those shows. I've met hundreds, if not thousands, of fucking celebrities, singers, rappers, all that type of shit. So I was in the middle of a lot of that stuff, and I could tell you a list of people who I've done security for. Just real quick, which is kind of cool. Anybody who really is into hip-hop, I absolutely recommend that you go watch Of Mike and Men. It's the story of Wu-Tang, like from the beginning to where they are now and stuff, and it's a multi-part series, but it is the dopest shit on TV, period, especially if you're a fan of hip-hop. And then I told the story before, my beef with ODB. Me and ODB almost had a beef one time, and I told that story live. But I'll tell the story maybe later at the end of the night or something if everybody wants to hear it. But I've had dealings with everybody, so it's interesting. But I love that shit. If you haven't seen it, go check that shit out. That shit is dope, dope, dope. Wu-Tang forever. Motherfuckers. What's up, Raphael? Jonaside, Out of Mind, Omar Corona, Alfie Simmons, Ryan Luna, welcome. Trip Team family up in the building. That's always good to see. Beam me up, Mr. Scott. And anybody else who might be in there lurking, just chilling, whatever. Don't be afraid to say hi. Don't be shy. Get wet. Look around. You know what I'm saying? Kick your feet up on the fucking furniture if you want. Go in the fridge. Get a snack. Roll a blunt. Smoke here. It's all good. We have fun here. We want you to have fun, too. Without you, there is no fun. You know what I'm saying? We would just be sitting here talking to dead air, which we used to be called dead air, but we're not dead air anymore. Yeah, Mike and Men, beat me up, Mr. Scott. I don't know if you peeped it, but that shit it's on point. It really is. And it really gives you a fucking crazy fucking look at hip hop. And these dudes alone, man, I don't think people understand the impact that Wu-Tang has on impact. It's still to this day on hip hop, who they were and stuff, and how they kind of set themselves apart. So again, it gets 10 stars from Jiggy. Fuck 5 stars. Alright? Okay. Let's get into the show. I think we're here now. I think we're in a good place, right? You guys ready? All right, let's fire this. All right. So for those of you who might be new to the show, let me explain to you how ParanormalHooD works. Tonight's open topic, so we'll be able to talk about anything. You can put your questions, comments, and stuff in the chat. We'll go over all that stuff the best we can, as well as what we talk about. But before we do all that, before we take a break and play some more of that dope music that we play for you, we spend the 6 days in between each show searching, looking hard, diligently, anywhere we can. The internet, YouTube, newspapers, magazines, books, what we've seen before. But if it's been found and it's making any kind of news, we'll find it and we'll bring it to you on this part of the show that we simply call Smoke King's Paranormal News. Now, wait, are we still being seen? What's going on? Can you guys still see us?
I should be able to. I can see
Oh,
us.
maybe
I can hear us.
he was having a problem in person. Okay,
oh.
want to make sure. All right, cool. All right, folks.
We're all
Smoke
good.
King's a little busy right now.
Sound is good, and rolling up some blunts. If you got a story you want to go,
He's rolling up some blunts, so I'm going to hit you with a story, all right? Let's get right into this. And this story, in a sense, is blunt related, folks. All of us weed heads might want to pay attention to this story. It's an interesting story, okay? All right. Louisiana reports first confirmed death by marijuana overdose, experts say.
Epic fail.
A claim has been released from La Place suggesting that someone has died from an overdose of marijuana. Last week, St. John the Baptist Parish coroner, Christy Montagut, said that the toxicology report for a 39-year-old La Place woman who died in February has revealed that she was killed by an excess amount of THC. Bullshit. Which is, as many know, whoever wrote this is an idiot, is the main active ingredient in marijuana. Therefore, this suggests she was killed by a marijuana overdose.
You are one pathetic loser.
While Montagut believes that the woman's cause of death was THC, drug researchers and experts are rather skeptical about those theories. One such person is Keith Humphreys, a former senior policy advisor at the White House Office of National Drug Control Policy. He stated that with the vast amounts of marijuana that's being consumed in the U.S. every year, it's quite difficult to imagine that more overdose deaths wouldn't be occurring if THC was as toxic and consumable levels. Who the fuck wrote these articles, man? Essentially, you would need an absurd amount for it to have any real effect in regards to death. He continued to say the survey data has shown that Americans use cannabis products billions of times a year collectively. Therefore, if the risk of death was 1 in a million, we would have a couple of thousand cannabis overdose deaths a year. He also concluded that it's not uncommon for coroners to see a drug in the system with no other clear cause of death, and so it's just blamed on the drug. Autopsy and toxicology reports aren't an exact science, and there's always some imperfection of the assessments. This may be the first time that someone has been killed by a marijuana overdose, according to reports that said deaths caused by the THC tend to pop up every few years across the U.S. One notable example would be from Colorado in 2017 when an 11-month-old boy died from his inflamed heart went into cardiac arrest. Case studies said that the death may have been associated with marijuana exposure, and headlines were made all over the world. However, authors were quick to say that the baby didn't die purely because of marijuana, even though the THC in the system was the best explanation. However, in this case, Montagut didn't suggest THC was partly responsible for the death of the woman, saying that it was the sole cause. He believes that the lady vaped THC and got an extremely high level in her system, which would cause her to stop breathing, like a respiratory failure. Vaping devices deliver concentrated levels of THC oil, which is in line with the report, around 8.4 nanograms per millimeter of blood. According to a number of studies, impaired driving can occur with as little as 2 nanograms of THC per millimeter. Louisiana has recently taken steps to allow marijuana for medical purposes. While none has actually been given to patients yet, legislation that is making its way through the system will hopefully make it a little easier to acquire it legally. Montagut has suggested that lawmakers should think twice about allowing such legislation, given the recent findings in regards to the toxicology report. So one woman dies, and this dude just fucking.
And I guarantee if they have it tested again, fucking somebody who's fucking qualified, because this dude doesn't sound qualified to fucking be doing shit. They'll find that it wasn't, the cause of death wasn't marijuana. You know what I mean? They'll find that she had a weak heart or something. There was something contributing factor or whatever, and she might have just been smoking marijuana when it happened. In order to, if you're going to smoke weed and OD on it, you have to smoke 7 pounds by yourself, continuously, nonstop. Just think about how long that's going to take. You're going to pass out before you get through a quarter pound by yourself. I could probably do a quarter pound. 6 ounces before I fucking, I'm just too gone and I can pass the fuck out. Most I've ever smoked in one night was 9 ounces. But that was with 20 people. This is a crazy story. I can tell you about that after. So you got to smoke 7 pounds 7 pounds. At least, depending on your size, too.
7?
I mean, if you're a bigger person, you're going to smoke more than 7 pounds. All right. Now, if it's pure oil, if she's smoking like THC oil and stuff like that, you gotta have to smoke at least a couple of ounces continuously, nonstop, for that to fucking happen. So I find it really.
Let's just give Mr. Montagott an award.
He's an idiot. He couldn't find anything else, so he's like, "Oh yeah, we'll just blame it on the weed."
It's the weed.
Like, go back and fucking do your job and figure out what the fuck is wrong.
That poor woman died from for reals. All right? Okay. Excuse me, I'm a little hoarse today. Weather went from like 80 to fucking degrees yesterday to like 50 today and shit. It's all nasty out, so it's affecting my voice. Excuse me as I speak. Michigan congressional candidate claims to be a government psychic.
You're an idiot.
A man running for a seat in the House of Representatives claims to have a most unusual occupation, government psychic. Kevin Seaman, and I'm Seamon, I'm not making it up, Kevin Seaman reportedly made the odd disclosure in an announcement of his candidacy in the 94th District race to be held in 2020, this week. Okay, again, who writes these fucking... In this statement, he explained that he had been forced to keep his work a secret when he previously ran for office, but has apparently now been given permission from the powers that be. Should have kept that shit to himself. According to Seaman, he boasts a military title of Senior Commando Legionnaire, and he is based out of Saginaw, Michigan. Beyond that, he revealed that I am also federal agent White Knight 196. James Bond is 007. I am 196. I am a real-life government psychic. Speaking to an area newspaper about the strange disclosure, Seaman indicated that the statement was his attempt at come out in the open about what I do. Okay. You should really see how people write these fucking articles. Unfortunately, the aspiring state representative did not provide any additional insight into what exactly it is that he does as a purported government psychic. But we're guessing it involves some kind of espionage. Well, one might think that being a clandestine clairvoyant for the feds would provide Seaman with some truly fantastic ideas of improving his community. His platform is actually fairly run-of-the-mill as it focuses on the unusual issues surrounding the economy, education, and crime. As he alluded to in his announcement, this is not Seaman's first attempt at being elected to office, having lost in a race for the same seat he is running for now back in 2016. This, of course, begs the question of how an ostensibly well-vetted and rigorously tested psychic who wound up displaying such powers that he became employed by the government so that they could harness his abilities could not have foreseen that the election 2 years ago was an exercise in futility.
You suck, you jackass.
Wow. Okay. He gets the award, too.
Yeah, back to the previous story and a little bit of conversation in there and stuff, because I've seen people saying, "Oh, you got too high." You can get fucking too high, but you're not gonna die. You may think you're gonna die. I've gotten so high. It happened one time that it was the worst fucking experience of my life, fucking on weed and everything. I was hungover for like 3 days afterwards and shit, like legit, like hungover. Felt like I'd been drinking for a week straight before that. But I made some popcorn. And I didn't have any like oil or anything to pop the popcorn in. So I was like, fuck it, I'll use some of my THC coconut oil I make. Now this shit is strong as fuck. I put like 3 or 4 tablespoons of oil in the pan, and I popped up some popcorn, a bowl of popcorn for me and my fucking wife to eat. She only ate a little bit. She don't eat a lot of anything. I ate the whole bowl of popcorn, basically. She ate, you know, like a couple handfuls, whatever and stuff. She was fucked up. She was all fucking drooling on herself. She couldn't fucking walk, couldn't do nothing. And like, I mean, we were fucked up for a while and shit, but then, like, eventually, like, I went to bed and high as fuck, and I just woke up in the middle of the night with the worst headache, both of us, and we're like, fucking, it was just the worst thing ever. But yeah, that was a lot, you know what I mean? I could have drank that whole, I have jars of coconut oil upstairs. I could drink the whole fucking thing. I'm not gonna die. I'm just gonna be really, really fucked up, and I'm probably gonna regret it afterwards. Because, yeah, drinking that much coconut oil, I mean, jars of coconut oil, THC coconut oil upstairs like this. 4 quarts in each jar. That's 8 ounces worth of weed into coconut oil in each jar. Yeah, I make my oil strong. So, yeah, edibles are definitely easily underestimated because when it goes through your liver and stuff, it increases the strength 5 times. So yeah, that was just a mistake on my part. I should have probably just put 1 tablespoon and some other oil, but we didn't have any other oil, so I just used all the coconut oil in place of it.
Coconut oil.
And yeah, and you get too fucked up, you know what I mean? But like I said, I've smoked 9 ounces of weed in like a 12-hour period probably. It was New Year's Eve, 99, going into 2000, and we was partying like it was 1999. And
2000 party over, whoops, out of time.
And yeah, we smoked all together that night. We smoked about 9 ounces of weed. A quarter pound of it was in one joint. So the smallest joint I rolled that night was a half ounce probably. Maybe a little smaller than that, maybe, maybe 10 grams, 10-gram joints.
Yeah. Yeah, see, now
not
maybe.
a full 14, but,
Yeah. All right.
But I wasn't hungover the next day or anything. I was still fucking high the next day. That's for sure. We fishbowled an entire 3-decker house. Not just one floor, all 3 floors. From one room. People on the 3rd floor were coming down and we're like, you want something? Like, no, we've had plenty just sitting upstairs. Like we're fucking high as kites. We're good. The room was so smoky, all you could see was that when we smoked the quarter pound joint, all you could see, the head of it was like this big. And all you could see was like the red dot coming towards you.
Dude, I like hotboxing
like,
cars. I like hotboxing in cars, man. That shit is just dope as shit. Just smoking the fuck out of a few blunts in the car and just fucking, yeah. Let's go eat. Just saying. All right.
I have another story
right,
here.
You got another one? 'Cause
Yeah.
I'm about ready now.
All right. Yeah,
with
I'll
that
do this
one.
one, then you can light that blunt and start smoking by the time I'm done. All right. Okay. All right.
Giant mysterious mass found beneath the surface of the moon. Astronomers have discovered a puzzling and rather sizable mass of metallic material beneath the surface of the moon. The intriguing find, announced this week in a paper published in the Journal. It's more than aliens. It's the city. It's where Michael Jackson's performing. I told you. They got an encore on the moon. They probably got a fucking whole resort up there. Oh, Shane. All right. The intriguing find, announced this week in a paper published in the Journal of Geophysical Research Letters, is reportedly located under an enormous crater dubbed the South Pole Aitken Basin, which covers a whopping 1,240 miles of the lunar surface. While analyzing data from NASA projects that looked at the gravity and topography of the moon, scientists were surprised to spot an anomaly in the crater that left them scratching their heads. Imagine taking a pile of metal 5 times larger than the big island of Hawaii and burying it underground. Lead author Peter B. James marveled in a press release announcing the discovery. That's roughly how much unexpected mass we detected. Specifically, the odd anomaly sits around 180 miles beneath the lunar surface. The prevailing theory amongst the researchers is that the mystery mass may be a remnant of the asteroid which struck the moon and created the South Pole Aitken Basin. While that or some other prosaic explanation is most likely the case, the remarkable find will undoubtedly pique the interest of conspiracy theorists and space anomaly enthusiasts, especially since the oddity happens to be located on the notorious dark side of the moon. So imaginative observers have already gone so far as to suggest that the large metallic mass could be an underground base or some kind of, perhaps, proof that the moon is actually a spaceship rather than a natural celestial body. Bum, bum, bum.
You are a huge nerd.
That's just a big-ass spaceship, man. There's probably a mall. It's probably a big-ass mall on the moon. The mall of the moon. You get to go up there and do some crazy shopping. You can buy like a space shuttle and shit, ray gun, teleportation machine.
Could be.
Anything's possible. What do I know?
All right. This is a quick little thing here, but I'm trying to find out more on it. But supposedly, 2 Bigfoot bodies found near Bishop, California.
Oh, shit.
In the desert of Bishop, California, we were riding our motorcycles and found 2 dead gorillas. One little one and a big one. The little one was on the big one like it was being carried. We told the rangers the next day. We directed him to the bodies, and he called for more rangers. They took him away. He told us that they were some private animal sideshow that had gotten loose, and they weren't gorillas. Uh-huh. And he says, I realized what gorillas look like up close from the zoo. And I guess he was right. These were not gorillas. It was way too human-like. The little one had less hair than the big one, and the head was not the same shape as a gorilla. It looked like a human, like a little human kid. It was kind of weird to see this, and not knowing about. It was kind of weird to see this, and not knowing about Bigfoot, then it was not so public. What do you mean not knowing about Bigfoot? It's been known about for a long time. I don't know. But I want to find out. Anybody out near Bishop, California hear anything about this? Supposedly some Bigfoot's found out there.
Big feetses.
All right, what do we see? What else have we got here in the news? Hey, they got a really good cheese shop at the Mall on the Moon, too.
Tea?
Cheese.
Cheese?
Yeah.
Cheese.
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 No, Moon's made of cheese. So.
No, you can go buy Thoth outfits and stuff there too. Yeah, there's a Thoth shop. Yeah, totally. You go see Tooth.
All right, let's see. Film of snake-like UFO over Southern California desert before it plunges to the ground and vanishes.
What?
A mysterious snake-like UFO has been spotted over the Southern California desert in enigmatic footage. I think that should say footage and not footage. But
again, I don't know who they get.
I don't know. All these fucking articles everywhere. Typos. They got the same editor as Billy Carson. Cody Kennedy, 31, was driving with friends last month in 29 Palms, California, when he added, that was my mistake there, when he spotted a mysterious light in the sky overhead. A couple of friends were driving around the desert looking for rattlesnakes. As you know you do when you're out in the desert. In the desert at night, rattlesnakes will come up on the roads while they are looking for food and mates, and I like to drive around looking for them. We were returning back when we saw a bright, long bar in the sky that was moving. We first saw it about a mile away, and it looked like someone was shining a light on the bottom of a flag, but it was too high up to have been attached to something on the ground, so we drove over to it, got under it, and filmed it. And in this footage, the UFO resembles a worm squirming in the night sky, illuminated in white, but with patches of black rippling along its body. He and his pals watched it for more than 30 minutes before it hurtled to the ground and vanished. We saw it come to the ground in the middle of the desert. We all ran out to it, but it didn't find anything. Kennedy and his friends couldn't figure out what was the strange rippling ribbon was. Kennedy, being from Palm Springs, has had all sorts of suggestions of what it might have been, but has reservations about all the explanations so far. A lot of people have said balloon, but the wind was blowing pretty good, and it went against the wind. A drone with an LED light bar behind it was also a good idea, but it didn't make any noise, and drones are loud. Drones aren't loud. Depends on what kind of drone you got and shit, but drones aren't necessarily loud.
Well,
especially if you got wind and shit. If he said it's windy and everything like that, you know what I mean?
When they're high up, you're not going to hear them
You're
anyways.
driving in a car and shit like that, too. The higher up the drone is, the less you're going to hear it, and you're driving in a car. That's what I thought when I saw it. I said, that looks like it's a drone or something like that, or, like the tail of a kite. I've also seen, like, something and everything. Like those planes that pull the fucking signs and everything behind it. It was kind of like that, but it was hanging down too low. It wasn't staying up behind it and stuff. I think they were maybe testing something like that, something to play like so planes can fly at night and show those banners with lights and everything in it. I think it was some type of a test like that, maybe flying something behind it. Because the way it's lit up and everything like that.
We have little banners at night with LEDs and shit.
Yeah, and the way it was waving kind of like a flag and wavy and shit. You'll have to Google it later on. If you saw it.
But if it was windy too, it could have been something that got snatched from somewhere that was full of lights and it was just carried into the wind.
It was going against the window according to him and stuff. And actually, if I remember the video, you could see some trees blowing and it's going this way and the leaves are blowing this way. So... But
anything's possible.
Yeah, it had a really like fluid moving, like if it was going against the wind would be making whatever was pulling it blow like that.
So
who
knows? Now, you guys said we were getting choppy there for a minute. I don't know. I thought I saw that in the chat. Well, I guess there's a way back. This shit was going slow or something. Are we fine now? I'm sure someone will let us know. Yeah, it might be that slow. Nah, the shit will be played anyways. You have anything else over there?
All right. Let me see. This is the one. Yep. Loch Ness Monster in the news again.
Nessie's back.
This one though. These people. Anything black in the water is fucking Loch Ness Monster. Loch Ness Monster film.
Wait, would that make me Loch Ness Monster? Then
Yep.
if I was in the, if I
Yes,
go
it
swimming in the
would.
loch, I'm Loch Ness Monster, y'all.
Loch Ness Monster filmed by a couple on holiday, and she's definitely black and fair size. Gloria and Ian Davison sighting is the 7th so far this year. And this is credible.
Oh, it's credible now.
A husband and wife on holiday in Highlands have had a monster surprise, Nessie. Gloria and Ian Davison saw a dark creature with a long head and neck as they drove along the loch. Of course.
Roach clip. This ain't the 70s or the 80s. This motherfucker said a roach clip.
My fingers is a roach
That's
clip.
what I'm
I'll smoke
saying.
that shit right all the way down, and I'll light up another one.
Smoke these joints down to the stingers.
Stunned Gloria, 57, from Corbridge in Northumberland, who retired from a career in medical sales, said, "We have been to Loch Ness many times, so I've never seen the monster before. I always like to look at the loch. I can't imagine how many pairs of eyes are on that loch at one time, but I have spent periods looking at the water because you never know if you're going to see Nessie." But around 1:30 p.m., just after we had lunch, my husband was driving and I was in the passenger seat gazing out at the loch. Then I suddenly saw something and I said to my husband, "There's something down there." He turned around and we got out of the car and there it was. We were very excited. It was about 300 meters away and definitely black. It seemed to have a long neck and head. I could definitely see its back, and it was fair size. It disappeared after about a minute beneath the water. I hope there was something Nessie in the loch. You always want to believe in something. All I can say is that we saw something we cannot explain, but it was animate, and it was definitely not a seal. Gloria said Ian, 53, a construction consultant, now have had their glimpse of Nessie accepted by the official Loch Ness Monster Sighting Register.
Oh, shit.
This is our 7th sighting this year. And they are all very credible sightings. No, I've seen all 7. There's a bunch of sticks and fish.
Basically. Again, this place has all these cameras pointed at it, everything going on, but every
The
now and
fucking thing is sonar scanned, all kinds of scanned, every
highly
kind of
visited every
If
day.
there was something the size that they claim living in there would be no fish. There would be nothing left. The thing would eat everything in the loch. There's no way for anything to get in and out of the loch. He can't go out and fucking feed in the ocean and shit. There's nothing. There's no underground caves. There's nothing. This fucking loch has been fucking everything. Dived, everything. But it's nice for people to dream and think.
Hey, it makes good money.
So,
Tracks
yep.
their tourist dollars.
But if you look at this picture, you can clearly see, I mean, if anything, it might be a seal. It could be a seal because it's fucking tiny. It's not a fucking giant, fucking big, huge thing. I mean, it looks like a little stick in the water, or maybe a seal. Could have been somebody's dog swimming down there.
They set their dog into the water and took some pictures.
So, there you go. That's it for the news.
That's the news, folks. I'm going to take a break, play a little music for you. Don't go too far. Don't go nowhere. We're back. It's open topic now. We're going to be talking about everything and news, current things that are going on a little bit. So, don't go too far. It's Paranormal. All right? You guys know what my favorite drop is, right? Should I play my favorite drop for y'all? Huh? Y'all like this drop? Hold on.
This is Billy Carson, a.k.a. Forbidden Knowledge, and you're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. They are the paranormal voice of the hood.
Fair use, fair use, fair use. He made that for us. One more time. Come on, before we go to
This
break.
is Billy Carson, a.k.a. Forbidden Knowledge, and you're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. They are the paranormal voice of the hood.
Uh-oh. What they saying that like right from the horse's mouth? Isn't that how the saying says? Something like that. We back. Paranormal Hood.
Swung back and forth. The one most sacred prayer we share is air. Breathe, become more aware. Compliments in opposite pairs. I'm ascending up them spiral stairs.
Now we bring the fire. Chant a song, but there's a last thing I hear me prayer. Now we bring the fire. Lightning, brimstone, Emmanuel, Marcus, Mosiah. Connectivity and one with everything. I'm another you, and you're another me. In synchronicity, we're spiritual beings, expressing physically. Said all is energy. Connectivity at one with everything. I'm another you, and you're another me. In synchronicity, we're spiritual beings, expressing physically. Said all is energy.
Start to build like an architect, and when the lines start show, see it all connect. And I would all respect to keep it all in check and see through the times all the signs are left. Start see it connect like meridians. Whole world waging a war like the Gideon. Only see as far as the walls at to living in. We all one where the Reuben and Simeon, Abyssinian touching the Caribbean. The same blood become the West Indian. Without each other we're not too resilient. Tossed to the wolves and lost in oblivion. All about the oneness, love and abundance. Life in the ice, most I gonna run this. Keep it 100, life needs substance. Must give something, that's what love is. Yet they wanna say that John and I and Cosmos watch out for the falling skies. We only watch out for the watchful eyes who wanna harm I and not harmonize.
Now we bring the fire. Chant a song, but there's a last thing I hear me prayer. Now we bring the fire. Lightning, brimstone, Emmanuel, Marcus, Mosiah. Connectivity and one with everything. I'm another you, and you're another me. In synchronicity, we're spiritual beings, expressing physically. Said all is energy. Connectivity at one with everything. I'm another you, and you're another me. In synchronicity, we're spiritual beings, expressing physically. Said all is energy.
The weak heart, them a go run, run, run. The warfare over and done, done. No more bombs, no guns, guns. The age of peace has come, come. We are children of the sun, sun. Royal daughters and sons, sons. God's source where we come from. One is our Always be aligned. Now all I see is signs. I'm not confined by no space or no time. Everything is ours, but nothing's really mine. Separation I don't find in my body, soul, or mind. Trinitized, 3 in 1, 1 in 3 intertwined. Niggas high, I Selassie, I live it every time. Royal I and I, peaceful and dignified. Integrate the outer with the inner side and arrive at 0 point. Mount Zion I revitalize. Now my cells glowing like a fireflies. Who is in for a surprise when you open your third eye? On some ayahuasca, DMT, peyote, psilocybin. The weak heart, them I go run, run. The warfare over and done, done. No more bombs, no guns, guns. The age of peace has come, come. We are children of the sun, sun. Royal daughters and sons. God's source where we come from. One is all and all is one.
Yeah, that's right, we are royalty. Anointed by the oil from the royal priest. We got loyalties to what they wrote in geese. Militant life, so we wore fatigues. Ice green and gold marked on the sleeve. Honoring the king as he honor me. 3 in a 1, 1 in a 3. Might and the power of the Trinity. Call it synergy. Find your energy. Find your inner God and your inner chi. Your divinity, your identity. Find where you're going, what's meant to be. Took a long time to make sense to me. Cause I never get past the discrepancies. But eventually, well, I mentally prepare to take flight and I set to leave. No war, no guns, no bombs, more jobs. Hold on, let's all be strong. More love, no hate, more fate, no fakes. Locate your inner gong. More peace, less beast that feast on concrete streets for way too long. At least the east is reaching out and take us in a palm.
Heart, them I go run, run. The warfare over and done, done. No more bombs, no guns, guns. The age of peace has come, come. We are children of the sun, sun. Royal daughters and sons. God's source where we come from. One is all and all is one. Things sometimes don't change, but still nobody cares. People and places disappear, but I am still here. The more we rise, the more vampires appear and liars appear. The more I get wise, if it's too much to bear, then Jah will be there.
Diving in, I'm off the high board. Man, I'm off the Richter like I sniffed a Fisher. How I tip the scale, shit we do be superhuman, probably cyborg. I've been around you cannot fathom and you need to dive more. When a sexual weed, you not ready, need to die more. Times couple more. 14 times knocking at the front door. Then the monsters open, take me into they home. Pull from underneath the bed, shine me up on my chrome. Like I'm jeweled up in a lotus on my neck, poppin', Shamalama Kushnama, let's be ready. Shamalama Kushna, y'all not ready. Fuck a master teacher, fuck debates and shit. Might as well be preaching, might as well be collecting plates and shit. I ride the highway of information, literally. Mushrooms and Kundalini, DMT, I feel my chi. Rising to the top, I be like Sat, now I'm my fucking G. Guru, Naga watch me notch my stature up. Guru, watch a Naga level up. Kung Fu.
I think I'm on my mind, 'cause I'm about to fly to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side. Water fountains, I think I'm on my mind, 'cause I'm about to fly to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side with water fountains. I think I'm out my mind, 'cause I've been wasting time floating in my mind, like this fucking water fountain. I think I'm out my mind, cause I've been wasting time, floating out my mind, like that fucking water fountain. I think I'm out my mind, cause I've been wasting time, floating in my mind, like this fucking
Who is you? Who you think you are? All that gas got you burning like a speeding star. Hit them high, hit them low, I make them raise the bar. Use a chicken, no limbo, see how much I break my back. But it's cool, I made a gold, I get the pot, fuck the bag. I'm just floating on this rug, smoking bud, doing match. How I'm floating on this rug, full of fungus cause it's magic. When you beat me, give a hug, show me love, man, that's family.
I think I'm out my mind, cause I'm about to climb to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side with water fountains. I think I'm out my mind, cause I'm about to climb to the top of this mountain, to get to the other side with water fountains.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to ride, step into the buckle up. I'ma show you where it's at. We gon' burn a couple blunts, we gon' pop a couple caps. I ain't talking about 4 5s from the strap. Psilocybin driving, so we headed off the map. What you know about? Tasting color, seeing sound with a crystal eye. Turning nothing into something when we alchemize. Vandalize the lies with the truth. Ain't nobody wanna take shots of this proof. All we ever wanted was the answers. Looking for unique, but our vision keep us phantom. Phantom black man, ghost writing in a pentagram. I'm from the place where our thoughts meet the program. Not too many open to the power that they hold. Just know that when we shine, it's the reflection of your soul. Supreme beings moving, watch the galaxy implode. We are not alone. If you not normal, welcome home. Yeah. Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the I gotta hold on to this feeling. I'll be seeing visions through the folds of the prism. Projecting all wishes, anything I want is given. Paranormal vision, you can call it supervision. Control the superstition, make them wonder how we do it. They seen us in the mud, now we out here making music with the paranormal movement that's stronger than what you deal with. If Jesus was just a fraud, then hallelujah for Judas. Caesar is not the mob, so it just had to be Brutus. They hate when we on our job, cause persecution is useless. Proof that what we doing is more than just making music. Utilizing the truth, drop it off in the hood. Show 'em what's really good, the feeling is understood. We don't just what it means to get it by all means. Supreme beings moving, watch reality explode. We are not alone.
If you're not normal, welcome home. Yeah.
Welcome to my hood. Where ain't nothing normal. You can take a walk in my hood. Where everything paranormal. Everything paranormal. If you're scared of dying, we got something for you. Open up the door, you can be immortal. If you really try to rise, step into the portal.
That's our theme music. Every good heroes should have some theme music. Ha ha ha.
They're here.
Y'all ready to go take a ride in the crazy train, huh? Around and around and around and around it goes. Where it stops, nobody knows.
The lesser of two evils is still evil.
Wise words. What's Hood Hoodies? Welcome back. It's Paranormal Hood Live Radio. We're still live and direct here in the God of Knowledge Studios. It's Jiggy.
Smoke King.
Cool K. We
What's
see
up,
you. Effluent. PD Crack. Anybody else jump in the chat? Whoever else is there. What's good? We're back. Yeah, so what do you say, Alfie Sam? Listen, Alfie. Now, the thing about it is, if you want to join my Ascension Mystery School, there's levels to this shit, okay? And you see these guys here, these Paranormal Hood guys, you know, no disrespect because they're hood, but they've only got one camera. They're already doing it wrong. So you've got to have Elizabeth on the other side working multiple camera angles so that I can turn, and I can turn, and I can turn all the time to keep you guys guessing. That's what it's all about, okay? That's what the Ascension Mystery Schools really was. I got to tell you that since we're talking about open, having Bohemian Exile on here, but actually finding somebody, because I really legitimately think we were the first ones who are on the other side of all the what he does, who actually found somebody who spent their money and went to the mystery school. And he was honest. He said he didn't learn a motherfucking thing.
Except David Wilcox likes to talk about himself.
What can I say? What can I say? I mean, look at me. I'm David fucking Wilcox. I'm raw. I'm Edgar Casey. I'm a time traveler. I've got a hot wife who's like a 400-degree black belt. She can kick anybody's ass, including Joe Rogan's. I mean, come on. I'm David Wilcox. People say I'm a rock star now. When I walk out on stage, they're calling me a rock star. They're all clapping. All 300 of them are in there clapping. And, you know, I mean, come on. I sell out concerts. Is that good, Alfie? Does that work for you? You know, I should see in that voice, I should recreate the Art Bell phone call to Art Bell, the coast to coast. Because then maybe that would be a little bit of proof that it is him, because his voice is easy to imitate. You listen to that motherfucker enough, he's just it's the funniest shit ever. Because I really more got into tweeting lately. They say, yes, it lost you again. Okay, now you can't see us. When you say you lose us, you can hear us or you just don't see us. Because that's what we need to know. But when you say you lose us, do you lose both, you can't hear us or see us? Or is it just like you can't see us for a minute? Just need to check that. Yes, we are back. Wish I was there. Hold on, who said it? All right, we're back. It freezes. Okay, yeah, I think it's because we're figuring out this whole multiple platform streaming.
Yeah, we're streaming
shit
on multiple things at once, so that's using up half my computer's memory right now.
Damn.
And my computer got a lot of memory and stuff.
Okay, C1 Utch, is that Wiz? I would imagine that is. But okay. I'm gonna say yeah. Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
See,
it is.
damn.
It's Wiz. Okay.
It just took me a second to figure that out. Yeah, it's we got it kind of streaming, but it's just doing some weird shit. But yeah. But now where was I? Oh yeah, so the Twitter drama is the funniest shit ever. Because like I said, I didn't really tweet. We've got an incredible amount of, good amount of followers. Not incredible, but a good amount of followers on Twitter. But I wasn't really an active tweeter. It's just not really my thing. But with the drama and shit, it's like just popcorn too. Because I still don't tweet as much, but every now and then I get my digs in and stuff. Because these fucking idiots like Corey. So Corey Good tweets this week that just basically to me, Mysterious Forces Live, CW Chanter, Stephen Cambion, I believe, is in that tweet, and maybe somebody else. I think forget else who it is. And then he actually tweeted like dark journalists and different people to the Internet Law Center, I think it is. I don't know if Stephen Cambion's still in here. Stephen, if you are, maybe you remember what it was called. Let me see if I can find the picture. Yeah, I think it's like the Internet Law Center or some shit. So he tweets that like that's some relevant shit. Like, again, this dude...
Yeah, Internet Law Center. At Internet Law Center.
Yeah, somebody was actually smart enough to tweet back to like Internet Law Center, someone who's included one of the tweets like, so do you guys even know who Corey Good is? And there's nothing from them.
And they don't have a respond or anything.
Dude, listen, if this guy is out here spending his money and giving these people retainers for dumb shit, good luck for him. Because the comment is getting conned. Like, enjoy your fucking long con, dude. And I know you're completely upset about the fact that I tweeted back that Stacy, a.k.a. Phoenix Good, really liked Jiggy. She had no problems with Jiggy until, we started talking about stuff, but we used to be friends on Facebook. I remember the night, she was really happy to see me again and stuff that night. I'm just saying, like, I don't know why you got a problem with me, dude. Now you treating the law center at us? You're the one who's, and the irony is you're actually the one who is harassing people because you're tweeting FBI, you're tweeting random fucking things on Twitter. You're harassing them, trying to harass us who aren't even harassing you. You can't take any
Confronting
criticism.
you about the bullshit that spews out of your mouth is not harassment.
Yes, you are a public figure. You brag about being public figures. You brag about these talks and this information that you people are discerning that's so fucking important that everybody got to fucking know.
You supposedly work for a secret space program that's run with my tax dollars. Your ass works for me, motherfucker. You got some explaining to do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying, son. You know what I'm saying? But he's just the most thin-skinned dude in the fucking planet. Like, he did 320 and backs. That's 60 years, and he's my age, so he's got almost 50. So that's 110 almost years on this right? 60, right? 110 years on this fucking planet. Motherfucker, you ain't grown thicker skin? Get the fuck out of here. You're whack, dude. Whack as fuck. That's right. We're the Dank Alliance. Fuck your Dark Alliance. We smoke weed and make fun of you motherfuckers. That's what it really comes down to. Y'all make it so easy to be comedy, too. It's just a big-ass fucking comedy act. The biggest fucking jokes in the paranormal shit are going on right now. Tweeting some shit. There's so much power in a tweet. You know who else likes to tweet? Big Mouse. Clowns. But when they see you in the street, shorty, you don't know me. Remember that. Mr. Sather. What do you say? When I mentioned you went from cool to fool, I would love for him to say that shit to my face. Would love him to. He wouldn't. I wouldn't hit it. I'm not talking about anything violent. You're just not going to talk like that to me in my face. You're just not.
He's going to see if he's ever at a convention or something and we're at and he sees you, he's going to turn and go the other way. He's going to pretend. He's going to pretend he ain't. Nope. I don't. Nope. Fuck. He's so big I can't look away.
Like, nope.
Everywhere I look, there's a Jiggy.
You know, Billy was like, when he was at fucking Contact in the desert, he probably thought I was going to be there. He was like, shit.
This is Billy Carson, a.k.a. Forbidden Knowledge, and you're listening to Paranormal Hood Live Radio. They are the paranormal voice of the hood.
Oh, it's like a woman scorned. Yeah, Jordan, please. I'd love you. Tell me I went from fucking cool to fool to my face. It'd be a whole lot of you're gonna go sit in the whole court with your fucking your bodyguards and shit, your fucking protectors and stuff. Leave him alone. He's telling us good. I'm surprised he wasn't selling bleach. That's what he should have done. If he really wanted to be beneficial, was there to all his followers who believe in his shit, he should have been giving out samples of his bleach. Everybody in a circle now. Come on, let's drink the bleach, everybody. Let's go. Mm-hmm. That's how you do some shit. You really want to push your product, right? They really believe in the shit he's saying. Mr. Q Anus.
Let's see y'all start drinking some bleach.
Yeah. Do that. What do you say? No, that's
I want to do that.
What's up, Shawnee? Shawnee's in here? Yeah, don't call him High Register Sharm. That's his name is Shawnee. He doesn't like that shit. So be respectful. Okay? If you really know him and you're fans, then you should know. Come on.
Fuck was I gonna say? Oh yeah, I hope we do go to a convention and fucking this Jordan say there's fucking fans there. I'm gonna go.
Star Wars, all these things that would just took science fiction to a whole nother level, and all the new stuff. Now you have all this digital stuff. You've brought all these comic books to life, the Avengers and everything. All the stuff that we grew up watching and reading is literally on television, and you can see and they say it. This is the irony. I say this all the time. That if you listen to them, they say, "I know it sounds like science fiction, guys."
Hold on one second. Yeah. Well, you can keep talking, but I'm gonna see if I'm gonna go.
Yeah, I know that he's gonna do some testing to see what's going on here, folks. But hopefully you can still hear me. Okay, back up. All right, sorry. On the count of 3, name your country.
Let's see if that works now. I just shut off Twitch. I mean off the other streams. So just leave it on YouTube for right now.
All right, yeah. So let's let us know if that works, folks. We're gonna try that. But we're back. All right, you can see us. You can hear and see again. Thank you very much. I forgot what the fuck I was saying. Help me out here, folks. I go on my little rant.
Oh, we're talking about fucking Jordan Caesar.
No. Mr.
Fucking
Bleach.
stupid ass. Mr. Bleach.
I want to know some people who've tried the bleach with him, who's believed him about any of that shit. But that's a lot. You know, again, too, there's a lot of shit to the background, the stuff that these guys push and stuff, and who they follow and what they believe, man. There's so much racial undertones and shit. Separatist, sexist, homophobic, everything. You name it, these motherfuckers run a
Fucking
gamut. They're supposed to be
everything.
about peace and love. Like, where's the peace and love? I still haven't seen it yet.
Fucking.
And how's a guy who's got aliens for friends, fought aliens, been all over the galaxy pretty much.
I've already doxed myself, Alfie. All my stuff, it's all out there. Everything's out there. It doesn't matter. I mean, I don't fucking hide anything.
Dox what? What do you want to dox?
Everybody, let's all dox ourselves
We're
right now.
not
in
selling
the chat,
anything,
you know.
first of all. We're not selling anything. We've sold absolutely nothing. Nothing. So we've given shirts, like I said, we're the worst salesman ever. People get the fucking ashtrays and shirts and stuff. Please. So I don't, they're selling stuff. They're putting themselves up talking about they have credible information that will save the world and all this type of stuff. And they have inside information, top secret information. Do you hear us? We have outsiders. We don't have insiders. These are people who are outside, who are actual professionals, astrophysicists, architects, doctors, lawyers, people who are actually real life people. You can touch them and talk to them, and they're not afraid to talk back. Some of them are going to actually be coming on the
engineers.
show. These are friends.
Oh, I know. I figured you're just talking in the chat, but I just think it's, I'm just saying, just doxing.
Oh yeah, I don't care. Whatever. Docs what? I've said this before and I'll say it again. I really personally don't give a fuck about these people's personal lives and shit. It's just not, especially if people have made mistakes. Some of the best people in my life that I've ever met who have taught me some of the best lessons in my life are people who are absolutely bad people who had made mistakes but paid the price, or however way they paid it, and they became different people. And they grew from those experiences. And that's great. And that's what you would expect from somebody who was out there who really had some legitimate information. Somebody who was preaching or trying to teach you something that was valid and it maybe made sense because they had been someplace. They had an experience and it changed them. Most people we talk about in the paranormal, why they even have these experiences, usually it's a profound experience. A ghost. Seeing a ghost is a very profound experience. Dying is profound. If you do have psychic powers and stuff, that stuff is very, very profound things that are happening. So these things make sense. You would want to share more of that. If Corey and these guys had bad patches in their lives or whatever, and they had things that they could just come out and talk about, but I'm not that person anymore. Now I'm here. Now it's peace and love. Now it's love and light. I want to, I don't know about all the ascension shit or whatever, but I just want to be a good human being while I'm here, and I want to spread a word or something that I feel is good to me, whether it's the law of one, the raw material, which I love to talk about and plagiarize all the time. Something like that, whatever, like he always says, and go write something, create something, go out and be a public speaker who is actually telling people stuff that's going to actually help them and be beneficial in their daily lives. It's not what these motherfuckers are doing. They're selling pie in the sky. It still ain't happening. What year is it going to happen now? It's 2019. When's it going to be now? 2020? 2021? 2022? How long y'all willing to wait? I'm not waiting because I don't give a fuck about their plan and the shit that they talk about. It's a very exclusive plan. First of all, if you think about it, it's not inclusive at all because they're talking about separation of people. One, with tribunals and everything, killing people and hanging them and secret stuff. We don't even get into that, but just the idea that only some people can ascend and stuff like that. Like, you have to do it a certain way. And the rest of us will be stuck here or taken to some prison planet or some shit. Really? That's what it says in the law of one?
Hey, listen. There's some good stuff in the law one. Okay, there's some factual things in there. Again, 30-70 rule. Go with that. Maybe a little bit more than 30 in there. Maybe a little less. Been a while since I remember. I don't got the whole thing memorized, but there are some things in there that you can take and you can use into your life. But a lot of the stuff that David fucking Wilcox talk about, it's not even in the fucking law of one fucking raw material. I've fucking gone over it. I'm like, where What? Rewind. He just said what? And it's in the law one? Okay. And I'm fucking flipping. I'm online. I'm on their fucking thing because it's all there. It's all free. It's everybody there. I'm looking at the book I have. I'm looking at this other shit I got. And I'm like, where the fuck is this? How? Chalk that up to some more bullshit. More fucking bullshit. But there is a lot of bullshit in there.
Even Corey. So someone who's had these experiences, I just feel like if you really went through all this stuff, right? Let's just say somewhere deep down, somewhere there is a possibility that anything that he speaks of, secret space, forest, 20 in black, 20 in crack, whatever the fuck it is, and a spare being, fair alliance, all this shit, right? There's a possibility that any of it's real. It would be extremely profound. It would change the landscape of your life, of everybody you know, your family and stuff. Again, there's nothing about this man who feels like he had any kind of profound experience. He's not trying to teach people. He's more trying to con people. He's not trying to spread peace and love. He's not trying to... If you have that kind of information, knowledge, all this stuff that people are saying, including us...
all the time.
It would be so petty. It would be so beneath you. You wouldn't even acknowledge it. Do you think people who criticize, say, the Dalai Lama or something, whether or not you believe in all of his preachings or teachings or whatever, do you think that he's sitting out there thinking about the criticism, that he's acknowledging all this criticism and being concerned about it? I highly doubt it. I really do.
Yep. Like I said, if he was telling the truth, like I say it all the time, the truth is to be told, not to be sold. You tell the truth, and then the rest is just gonna fall into fucking place if that's what you really want. You know what I mean? And that's what he wants. Wants to be the fucking rock star. You go out there with that fucking dead to rights fucking proof, dude.
You be the ultimate rock star.
Not on anything. You just put it all out there for fucking free.
I'll volunteer.
After that, you don't
I'll
take the
protect
highest bidder or anything like that. Just throw it out there, dude. You will be the biggest fucking. You get everything in the fucking world. Give all the information free. After that, it all comes. If that's what you want. But you know what I mean. But that ain't gonna happen. And so, like I say, the truth is to be told, not to be sold. And yeah, no, aside, it's the 70-30 rule. That's not just for when we're talking about this stuff. That rule applies generally to life. Like pretty much everything in your life. 30% of it is real. 70% of it is bullshit. 30% of your day that you encounter is real, actual, honest interactions and things that are happening, stuff like that. The other 70% is just a whole lot of bullshit. Random fucking stupid shit that just happens.
The Ascension Mystery School.
Everybody you talk to, from, I don't know if you're married or not, from your wife, your girlfriend, your mother, your father, everything that they say, it's 30% real, 70% bullshit. It's everything that I'm saying to you, 30% of it's real, 70% of it's bullshit. Or am I saying 70% real, 30% bullshit? Because sometimes it could be the other way. But it's usually, generally, it's a 30% and 70%. No matter how you look at it. I mean, it could be good bullshit, but it's bullshit in some way or another. Like everybody, then everything that you do and every interaction that you do throughout your day is usually generally a 30-70.
Fair to say. I can dig it.
Yep.
This kind of
I'm
words.
fine with it. I mean, it's, you know.
The 5-minute rule.
Take everything with a grain of salt. Now, again, I mean, there are rules to that, exception and stuff, but it's a general guideline. For the most part, that's it. Again, a lot of the stuff, I mean, honestly, we're more on the 70% honesty and 30% just bullshit about stuff, you know what I mean? Fucking around and everything, you know. There's a lot of that, too, so it can be flipped around, you know. I'm sure your mother's not lying to you fucking 70% of the time either, you know what I mean? So she's more on the other end, you know. She's 70% of the time she's telling the truth, 30% she's like, you know, yeah, okay, this is bullshit, you know what I mean? Like that Santa Claus bullshit and stuff that we were told when we were kids and everything, you know, all that stupid shit.
Santa Claus.
You know.
This
stuff, you know. I'm sure even now your mother was like, oh yeah, sure, everything's going to be okay. She's like, no, it's not. He's fucked.
Panic. Panic. Don't worry about it.
Everything's going to work out.
It's all good. Uh-huh. A CHA mod. I don't know what that is. What's a CHA modifier? I don't even know what he's making reference to. 1090 some days. Yeah, I think it depends on who you interact with again.
Yeah,
what
who's
you're
you
talking
interact
Well,
with.
what are you doing?
But like I said, the overall general is about a 30-70. That's what everything, all the research, and I've even started trying to crunch numbers and stuff myself and everything. But I've read research and stuff on it, and it's a good rule. It's usually about 30-70. Like on average, you know what I mean? You know, you could have some 50-50, some are 10-90, some are 70-30, you know what I mean? The numbers. But on average, it's generally a 30-70.
Just kind of works out that
No,
way.
sorry to hear about that, but yeah. You know, like I was saying, I don't know if you're married, I don't know your whole everything. I'm just using that as in general, you know what I mean? I'm sure back in the day, you know, she said stuff too, but sorry to hear about that and stuff. You know. Her passing. So.
Charisma? I still don't know what the hell you're talking about. Dunkin' Donuts reference? Because we say D&D. I'm from Boston. I'm thinking Dunkin' Donuts.
No, he's thinking Dungeons and Dragons.
Oh, see, yeah. Yeah, we're definitely...
Yeah.
Dude, I had that. Never played it.
You are a huge nerd.
Had that for something. I had the board game. Never played it. I don't know.
Not even that. Wasn't even the real Dungeons and Dragons then.
Yeah, I don't know.
No board.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know what the fuck. Yeah.
I know, dude.
I was only half nerd. I
know,
never went full nerd, and I never did that. You never go full nerd. Never do that. You can't come back from that. I only was half nerd. It was still the streets, though. See, that's what saved me from the streets was the fact that I was half nerd. What type of peeps do you do security for? Any big names? Occasionally. I don't. The high profile stuff is really so I'm kind of far removed from that. Occasionally I'll have celebrity friends who'll hit me up or someone will ask me to do a job that I don't mind doing or something. But
well, but
yeah,
back
but
in the day,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I mean you're talking about 25 years plus of just hip hop, R&B, nightclubs, concerts, tour work, traveling. Like I said, Wu-Tang to Run DMC. I remember going to New York to get fucking Craig Mack, who Biggie Smalls was opening up for him. Rest in peace to both of them. So this just shows you that's what I'm saying. Like in hip hop, my knowledge of hip hop, just being a part of it. Everybody from Black Moon. It depends on how old you are too, because I would start saying things that if you're not a certain age, you wouldn't even know the artist I'm talking about. To reggae artists and stuff that it was just insane. So I mean, I've met everybody, and from basketball players to football players to
we used to have a football player on the show.
Yeah, rest in peace to Ron Brace. We actually had a former New England Patriot who actually was part of Paranormal Hood and stuff, but he passed away. So I mean, yeah, so you're 43, so Alfie, you're still in the, you understand, like when I say their names like Black Moon, like Buckshot Shorty and stuff, Smith and Wesson, which is Jungle Brothers to just Mad Lion, like I could just, the list goes on and on and on and on over the years. So I've done. I will say, just to give you a quick story, my favorite moment out of all of it was being here at the Garden, but it wasn't the Garden. I think the Garden here was when the time was called. I think it was the Fleet Center at the time, whatever. But we had what's called Summer Jam here, so the place was packed. You had it just packed, and every major artist at the time, from Rihanna, all these people were here to perform. And I was doing security, and I was on stage with the act I was there with and stuff, and just seeing my city lit up like that, like they turned the lights on and everybody had their cameras and their lighters and stuff up. That was actually, like, I think the coolest moment out of all of it. But yeah, so I have a million stories. This is not something for the show to sit here and talk about. Like I said, literally the funniest story ever would be my argument with ODB. So I've told that. One day I'll tell it again. Maybe at the end of the show or whatever, I might go back over it. But my argument with ODB was the funniest moment of my fucking career. Hands down. Rest in peace to ODB too, see? So, that's how it kind of goes, brother. I was very much entrenched in the nightlife and everything here for a long time. So, and I've paid my dues. I got a bunch of scars and crazy shit to go with it. So, that's why we're here. Most likely the aneurysm I had, all the doctors say that it was definitely from drinking a lot of Red Bull at the time. But, I mean, I've been hit with everything you could think of. Had knockdown, drag-out fights and shit. Brawls, like fucking Roadhouse-style brawls and shit. So, there's not really any reason why the aneurysm would have been an abnormality to have. Just the fact that I didn't know I had it and then how it kind of all went down is... Well, but again, why I'm here. So, I'll take it off. I would do it all again. I would do it all again. I would do some things differently, obviously, because hindsight, that's how we all kind of live. But... I would do it all again. Absolutely. It's the it just at my age now where I'm at, I can say that I've lived a crazy, fun fucking life. Night after night after night for a very long time. So you get no complaints out of me. And I was blessed with the people I was with. I was blessed to have employees and people who worked for me and worked around me who are incredible, incredible people too. So, boom.
Mad Dog 2020.
Oh, word. What you know about Mad Dog? What you know about Irish Rose and shit? We can take it back, son. Cisco, we can take it back. Come on. You ain't playing. We ain't going to play here. I am.
No, he didn't smoke during all that time.
No, I didn't. That's why even like people are like, oh, you're a fucking stoner, but like you don't. They've not listened to the show. Like, who cares? I know she's still here. Like literally, she's listened to the show from day one, from like show number one.
Smoking until after the brain surgery.
Yeah, I didn't really. I smoked occasionally during the years because I did a lot of security for reggae artists who were like major artists who would come here, but then they would like come to Jamaica and hang out and shit and chill. So when in Rome, kind of do his Rome. But I after the brain surgery, and I was just on insane amount of medications and stuff for like infections and everything and stuff because I was still dealing with problems with my leg from being shot during the brain surgery. I was still dealing with that after brain surgery and stuff. But the medications were literally, people was like, you're a zombie, dude. Like, you look like you were dying. And they're like, after all you went through, this is the shit that look like it's kind of taking you out. And I got reintroduced to cannabis because I had stopped smoking cannabis when I was in my teens. And like I said, over the years, maybe 10 times over like 20 years, it bridged the gap. It bridged the gap, one, for me to stop, just slowly get myself off all those crazy medications and stuff they had me on. But two, it did a lot to help with my brain, to kind of give my brain a little bit. I know that sounds weird for anybody who doesn't understand that, because most people who don't understand what weed can do for you have a whole lot of old school or even new school ways of thinking about it. They can't relate to what I'm saying because they've never been through what I went through with my brain. But the weed helped, but the psychedelics did just a whole nother thing as far as where I am now. But yeah. See, I didn't smoke weed back then, man. Just on occasions, but rarely. All right, I went off on a jiggy 10. I'm sorry. You've been smoking weed 53 years now? Woo, cool. I hear you. Late 50s on the outside. Hi, Lisa. How are you? That's awesome.
Fuck, how long have I been smoking weed for? God damn.
Dude, but I quit weed, too, because somebody slipped me a oolie. When I was like 13 or 14, how old was I? 13 or 14 years old. Somebody slipped me a oolie. That's why I didn't really fuck with weed.
Smoking weed 28 years, and in that 28 years, I've only missed 6 months, and 5 of that was because I was in jail, and the other month is just added up between like.
Ooh, you just doxed yourself again.
And then a couple of times, like, I was in the hospital, and, you know, obviously I can't smoke and shit when I'm in the hospital, hooked up to IVs and stuff, so I didn't smoke then. And then a couple of times I was, like, really sick. So, in 28 years, I missed about 6 months worth of smoking. It's just because I couldn't. I mean, if I could have been smoking, I would have been smoking. I tried to get up in the hospital and go outside and smoke, but they just wouldn't let me.
Beam me up, Mr. Scott. You said you took a heroic dose. See, coming to find other people who we've actually watched and stuff, as a Kindalini, I can't say the guy's name. Yeah. Terrence McKenna's heroic dose.
Well, that is a heroic dose for people and stuff. But you can there's like I said, you got to give it higher. Because I've done way more than fucking 5 grams.
I did a heroic dose, right?
I've done 5 grams. Most I done, it was 18 grams. So. Well, there's people that take 50, 60 grams of mushrooms.
Oh, no problem, Ryan. Yeah, I had a burst aneurysm. I had an aneurysm I didn't know I had. And this eye closed and was looking at this eye and then found I had an aneurysm and then decided to leave the hospital and went back out of advice from everybody, and then it burst.
Yeah, 9 ounces is a pretty big fucking dose of weed. I can say that was pretty fucking high. That was probably one of the highest I've ever been. But weed back then, too, it wasn't like, you know what I mean? It was, the weed had seeds in it. It definitely was, you know what I mean? It wasn't fucking, we did have some better stuff and whatever, but it wasn't like, it was pre 9/11, so 9/11 was a good thing for weed.
But that's what we could do, too. Anybody who gets to attend Backyard Anti-Con 1, the weed's going to be a big part of it, so we can see what we can put together with everybody who decides, the smokers, and see if we can See what we can do in a day or whatever, a few hours. That'd be fun, huh? Just saying.
Well, it depends on who you're talking about in the woo-woo that's afraid of the psychedelics, because there's a lot of people in the woo-woo that do take psychedelics, and they shouldn't. Those are some of the people that I don't think should be taking psychedelics.
But here's the thing,
misusing them, and they don't understand.
But are
them,
they even taking it the way that they say they do and stuff too? That's what I always wonder, because there's a lot involved. I mean, short of what I learned from you, what I learned from Willie Myko and stuff like that, I would have never ever thought to do psychedelics. Honestly, like, it's just not something that I don't think it took me, what, 46? How old was I? Was it 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
2 years ago.
So I was 47 at the time. Yeah, 2 years ago. So it took me 47 years to try psychedelics. The one time I had them before was not voluntary. And that's the peyote incident of 96. But we don't talk about that anymore because supposedly I have a half alien child, love child, from that incident. And it could have happened because I don't remember the fucking incident. Well, I remember some of it, but not most of it. I remember running around the desert in Arizona with Timberlands and boxer shorts on, though. And the stars were beautiful. Yeah. Feed the seeds to my bird. You fed weed seeds to your bird? Why not? Dude, I have a cat that my cat, I have to hide my the roaches and shit from this stuff because when the cat got a hold of them the first couple of times, I didn't know why the cat was all crazy. And then I found out why. And it's not cute. I don't like that shit. It's not funny watching your cat like scream like a little idiot and keep falling down. No.
Oh yeah, that's why Cool K. That's why they're legalizing them all over the place now. They're gonna it's gonna be like they'll probably start to legalize mushrooms faster than they legalize fucking weed. Yeah. Once it starts to do it, it's gonna get because they really are and stuff. As long as they're taken correctly. And everything, right setting. If you're taking high doses or if you're microdosing and you're doing it the right doses and stuff like that, it's amazing for what it does for fucking people with all kinds of mental health issues, depression, fucking bipolar, fucking PTSD, everything. It's fucking amazing what it does. It's just gonna be now that they're actually allowing it and everything. It's gonna be boom. You see where it's taken years and years for all the states to catch on. This mushroom thing's going to be like, boom, in a few years, like, everybody's going to have fucking mushrooms legalized. Where it's taken fucking California fucking 25, what was it, almost 20 years ago, 25 years ago, California legalized medical weed. And now, because of fucking, it's taken that long for all these states, not even all of them illegal. But now with the mushrooms, I guarantee within less than 10 years, once it starts doing it, they'll fucking make it legal across the board real quick with them.
Out of mind too. I think it depends on what the migraine, because I still get migraines, but it's based on spinal stenosis and stuff in my spine. Like
yeah, it is. It is different types of migraines and stuff like that.
But they do, like, sometimes they do, like, I take microdoses and stuff, so they do assist, but it's not really a cure.
It doesn't cure them. It will actually help them. I don't know anybody who's actually been cured of them, but when they do get the cluster headaches, if they take them, you take mushrooms, or if you take microdoses, on a regular basis and stuff, they don't get the cluster headaches. And if they do, they're few and far between. So maybe that's what you should do more is do it regular so you don't even get the headaches. Because that's what the people who get the cluster headaches do. They microdose and they keep themselves on, so they have it. Basically enough in their system that keeps them from getting it, and then randomly once in a while they will get it and stuff, so they'll take a high dose to help subdue it and everything like that. But it helps doing it with a lot of shit. So
well, but that's the whole thing too. That's what you're saying, being Mr. Scott, that you have to kind of be prepared for it. How it was introduced to me years ago was that taking psychedelics was going to be like a fun, fucking giggly, crazy watch Alice in Wonderland type trip. And for me, it has been none of that, which is great because that's not what I want. So it's all about the preparation. So when you're having it in a controlled environment where people know what they're doing and could possibly talk to you before you just kind of go in there and do it, I think it can help to put. And what you eat, there's a whole lot of things that go into that too. What you eat, what you do
there's
before
preparation beforehand that people should be doing and stuff. Yeah, it's fun just to take some mushrooms at a fucking festival or a concert and shit like that and everything. I've done that plenty of times. But to have, a good actual experience and some real fucking healing and stuff, do some real fucking shadow work and everything. you want to, set and setting. You want to prepare before and stuff. I fast the day of and everything. Sometimes I'll do a few day fast. You don't really want to eat meat. You want to eat light that day. Fruits, vegetables, juice that day if possible instead of eating. You want to have everything set and right. And and of course when you're on them, you want to be in the right place, the right people, right music, somebody who can guide and assist everybody through the fucking trip and stuff like that. So like Joe Rogan says, there should be fucking centers set up with people that fucking help you do it and stuff, and that's how it's probably going to be. It should be, and everything for the medical reason. But the way they're doing it is they're just basically legalizing it for everybody. So
just out of curiosity, anybody in the chat close to New Orleans or in New Orleans? Just wondering. Yeah, but can you get spores in the mail in Australia? Can you get them? You can get them in the mail. I don't know if you can get them
in the United States, it's legal to send spores except for 3 states. I don't know what it is like in Australia. Probably not. Australia's pretty strict. With spores, it's legal to have spores. In mushrooms, all right. It's legal to have spores. You can have all the spores you want. And it's legal to send them except for those 3 states, California, Georgia, and I fucking forgot the other one. And it's actually legal to have mushrooms growing outdoors in your backyard because they grow in all 50 states. Every state, some form of cubensis grows, some type of psychedelic mushrooms grow. And they're legal to be grown in your backyard until you pick them. Once you pick them, if you pick them and you don't destroy them, then that's when it becomes illegal. So it's really a funky thing. That's why I'm saying it's probably gonna be a lot easy. It's gonna be legalized a lot easier and stuff than through like with the weed, and it's not gonna take as long and stuff. And I'm surprised the way that they're doing it. They're just going straight recreational with it and everything like that, which I don't agree with. Everybody should have access to them. There are some people that shouldn't be taking them. Or if they are going to take them, they should be taking them with somebody who is experienced in the right settings and everything like that and stuff, because things can go wrong when you take mushrooms and stuff. I mean, it's usually not like death or anything like that. They are safer.
Death?
They say they are actually safer than weed.
Death?
The majority of people who show up in the hospital tripping, and they just like, here, you can either sit in this room or we'll call you and get you a ride home. You'll be over in a couple hours.
You be alright, calm down, son.
Nobody's really ever hurt and stuff, but people go in fucking high and shit all the time, and they're like, I just cut my fucking thumb off and shit.
Dude, the best fucking call ever is the fucking
the
cop
cops
and his
stuff
wife.
thinks he's dying from the brownies and
they
stuff.
They ate the edibles and shit. Yo, we're dying. Like, send help now, please. We're both dying. Idiots. Just reading a little bit of the chat. James Harrison, what's up? Dank Alliance in the house. Stevie E.
I eat them. I grow mushrooms, so I grow mushrooms. I'll eat them wet. I'll eat them dry. If you can eat them wet, you just need they're a lot harder to eat when they're wet. But you got to know you got to know how much you're eating. So if you want to eat 3 grams, you need to eat 30 grams of mushrooms, wet mushrooms, when they're wet, will equal out to 3 grams dried, basically. So, or if you want to do a heroic dose and you want to eat wet, but say you're out fucking foraging and you don't want to dry up your mushrooms and shit, you're out camping and you fucking find some mushrooms and you're like, fuck it, I don't want to wait a couple days for these things to dry or whatever. You can just eat them, but you just need to know exactly, what you're eating so you know how much it's going to equal out to when they're dry and shit. I can't see what everyone is. Spore company, a legit spore company that might deliver it to you. I don't know. You can try Little Shop of Spores. Or Spore Works. I'm trying to think of what else I use. What's Hawkeye's site? Mushrooms.com, I think it is. Just mushrooms.com. Go on Instagram and talk to Willie Michael. He'll tell you. He'll know where you can get them and how you can get them and what state and stuff, pretty much.
He used to wet pot to add weight to it.
Yeah, I know assholes who do that too, but you can tell when pot's too wet and stuff like that. I wouldn't have fucking taken it.
What's up, Brandon?
What's up, Brandon? What's up, Steve? What's up, everybody else who's just joining in? It hasn't been here. But yeah, I mean, I grow mushrooms and stuff. The thing the mushrooms is, the tricky part is when you first start growing them. Once they're starting and you got the mushrooms popping up and stuff, basically at that point you don't have to be really sterile. But in the beginning you have to be super, super sterile because other contamination can get in there and grow molds and other things that you don't want. So, but once you do that, but I mean, I got a whole sterile, basically, room and area set up and stuff, and I do everything so I can have my medicine.
Yeah. The good stuff.
Have our medicine and shit.
Yep. I bet y'all think that, since we're talking about open topic in the news, that we're avoiding things that are really majorly going on. And we're not. Not at all. It's actually quite interesting to watch.
Fucking hilarious to see all the hypocrisy.
Mm-hmm. I just want to know how motherfuckers have time to do 6-hour streams at a time. God damn. That's some serious shit.
So you want to talk about him right now?
Do I give a fuck?
Oh, I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck. I don't give a fuck what we talk about. But him, I mean, that's one of the biggest. That's what I'm saying. Him is one of the biggest fucking hypocrites. He is the biggest fucking hypocrite out of everything. Calls Jordan and say they're out for fucking him. Fucking people ganging up when the dude's asking questions at Contact in the Desert. But what the fuck happens in his fucking chat rooms and shit? When he's doing fucking 7-hour fucking live streams. These people, his mods, here's the fucked up thing. You want to see fucking cult? You want to see fucking cult? Call it the Unicult. Fucking these mods and stuff in his thing, they pay him to become mods. They donate to him to be mods and stuff, and they're members of his YouTube channel. So they pay him to defend him. He's not paying them to defend him. Like usually somebody hired security. Hey, can you make sure my chat room's clean and everything like that? I'll give you some money and everything like that. No, these mods and these people literally support him. They're paying him so he can sit there and talk for 6 fucking hours. What the fuck is that shit? Like all you people who are mods in there, we don't even have fucking no chat donation, none of that shit. That's just because I like you people and I know you guys will keep it cool and stuff. And anybody's being stupid in there, you'll take care of it. Like, I mean, you got to be legit stupid to kick somebody out in this fucking chat and everything. But these people, as soon as somebody just asks questions, boom, attack, all from their mods and stuff like that. And they'll be like, oh, but they'll tell everybody else, oh, no attacking anybody. Be nice. Oh, keep it civil and everything like that. But all they do is attack and fucking silence anybody who says anything. And fucking Uni's just as bad. Everybody's a troll. Everybody's a shill. Everybody was sent there to fucking... No, people were just asking you legit fucking questions, dude. They're just asking questions. Or they're just pointing out that, hey, dude, no, you got that wrong. You got that wrong right now. And it's fucking bullshit. He said, and he talks shits about Jordan, say this is how he does that and how everybody fucking senses and does all this shit, but he's fucking the biggest one to do it. Number fucking one. With his stupid fucking, I mean, you got to stream for 7 hours, and the only thing that came out of that is that you got no fucking life because you sit there for fucking 7 hours streaming. And your mods and shit have no life either because they sit there fucking the whole goddamn fucking time that you're streaming for 7 hours. And the other thing that came out of that is you don't like somebody. That's it. Nothing else. That you don't like somebody else. That you got, 7 fucking hours to talk shit about somebody. That's all that came out of that. Nothing else. Nobody, not one fucking shred of evidence, no proof of anything, none of the shit that you suspect, any of that, nothing. All it was you fucking talking shit for 7 fucking hours. Like, seriously. What the fuck?
Must be nice. I haven't listened to much of the guy anyways.
He doesn't.
And I mean, some of the stuff I hear, anyways, is questionable along the lines of stuff that I talk about. That there's a whole lot of underlying racism and sexism and phobias and just shit that goes on with a lot of these people that people don't. They just look past it anyways. So you have to wonder, one, are most of these people of the like mind? Because they don't get that stuff. Like, they're so focused. Like, the whole thing that bothers me is that there's focus on two people, one, which is supposed to be David Wilcox and Corey Good. That just seems to be the main two targets, which I don't get. That all these other people get a pass, and a lot of these people are part of the same fucking group of people, belong to the same organizations. They all travel together. They're still doing stuff together. This minus pretty much David Wilcox and Corey Good, because they've been pretty much, I guess if the word is blacklisted from everything, or just that people don't want to deal with the drama that surrounds them showing up at events. But hey, David still did Contact in the Desert. I don't know if they still even have they still have their event coming up. Does anybody know what the fuck is it called?
I don't know if it's still coming up or if it got canceled or not. I don't know.
And then there's like SETI and stuff, but you still see a lot of the main players are still rolling together. I don't get it. Explain it. Do the voice. You know. He's gonna, you know what's gonna happen? He may catch wind of me doing the voice one day, and then he may get like Agent Orange and shit and start going off on me on Twitter or some shit. Do I need that headache? That's the whole thing out of mind. Like, it's there's a lot of scammers. There's a lot of shit going on, and then within it, somewhere I believe there's a lot of people who are legit trying to do some stuff. But I don't know how you really can look at everybody and think that they're all of the same ilk, that they're all bullshit. Portal to Ascension. Yeah, I went there last year. I know all about that too. Another one, Billy Carson will be there, and some of the other random players I'm sure will be there. It'll start to manifest with other people who show up or just be sub-headliners. Some of them probably don't want the headlines, but that's just another one of those events. There's a ton of them. They're all the same events with all the same people talking the same stuff. They've become like, it's like they all have the same fucking booking agent or something. It's like, well, if I'm doing an event, I've got to have this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, this one, and this one, you know, because they all pretty much are singing the same tune. Lauren Eisenhower, her last name isn't even Eisenhower. She took the name of something because she admitted that to somebody because of the effect she knew it would have, being able to say that that's her name or whatever her relation is to Eisenhower, if she's related, or if I don't even know how the fuck that shit all worked out, but whatever. Another one.
What's happening in the chat? Let me go back and read.
Brandon, Steven. Do you have your cell phone with you? I'm sure you do.
Just tweet me those
Get
names
on Twitter
right now. Tweet me those people.
No, don't say anything. Yeah, just tweet us in with that. Okay? And we'll
just
take
tweet
it
the
from
names
there.
of the people that you want us to look into.
We'll take it from there. You better believe, Pilgrim. We'll get this handled for you. The law offices of Mo, Larry, and Curly and shit. Like, really? Dude.
Yo, let a lawyer fucking call me.
Yeah.
I don't even need to get I don't even need to get myself a lawyer. I'll represent myself on this one, please.
Yeah. Billy with his fucking his Facebook and his social media fucking fake legal team and shit and everything. That the whole intimidation factor doesn't even work. Like, these dudes are not. There's no real pushback because it's not like they're man enough to stand up and say, "Listen, this is."
Well, they do that because the average person's like, "Oh no, lawyers. The law." I don't want to do anything to do that, but
bad boy, what you gonna do?
I've been dealing with the law my whole life. It don't bother me. I just said a little while ago, I was in jail for 5 months. I've been in jail before. That was the longest time that I've been in there. I've been on overnight, couple hours. I've been arrested. You know, I wasn't always a peace-loving, fun-loving dude and stuff. I used to fraction occasional law. Yeah, I was young, you know.
I
did some stuff that, you know, I may not be so proud about it, but you know, it's whatever. I did it. And then some of the stuff I got arrested for, I'm proud as fuck that I did it. Fucking glad I did it. I'll fucking do it again. I still do it. They just don't fucking catch me. You know? But I'm not hiding anything. I'll tell you everything that I did. Don't gotta keep no secrets. I'm changing my name so you can't find out what I did in the past. The dumbest shit is every one of his fucking businesses is all under the same address, the same fucking name. So anybody wants to fucking find out anything, just has to look up that one address. That one address will tell you so much. That's all I had to do. That's it. That one address is connected to so many businesses. And all those businesses are shady or failed for some reason. What are you going to say, Mr. Carson?
What can any of them say?
Any of these people.
With all their fake fundraisers, fake GoFundMes.
Oh, there's fucking... all that... I'd have to watch a lot of David Wilcox videos to see how many times did he say, has he said, I'm having a fundraiser for fucking Emery Smith. Or I had a fundraiser for Emery Smith because he need money. But now we got Emery Smith saying, no, guys, great. They've always taken good care of me. No problems at all.
Nope, they're not Luciferian, nothing.
Nothing. God, they take good care of me. I don't need no money. They take care of me well. I'm
Yo,
paid
but
well.
hold up. The scary part of it all is the biggest threat out there. The ones that they, the Securian hide from is David Wilcox and Corey Good. When I saw Emery Smith at Conscious Life Expo, he had a minimal of 5 security at some point with him.
No, Billy ain't gonna come crying back. He's probably watching and watches what we do and stuff like that, see what we're saying. I know he does because I blast all the things that he tags all his posts on Instagram with my posts and stuff when I'm posting up, so all my stuff shows up there too. Like he'll put up some bullshit about fucking some pyramid or some stupid shit somewhere. I'm like, nope, here's the truth. Whatever. His fucking new thing that I just seen today is he's fucking bragging again about, oh, fucking, I like how this guy goes and he actually fucking goes to the places and he sees it for himself like I do. Yeah, dude, you just go and you look at the same thing and everybody fucking knows. Everybody is seen. You can go. Yeah, Previ Mohan, dude's fucking great. He shows all this fucking awesome shit in India that most fucking people don't show. But you can. It's stuff that it's available that you can go and see. And Billy, hold on, let's go read. What do you say? It's fucking great. I love it. I gotta switch over because he's got me blocked on everything else. So I gotta use my other shit.
Yeah, James, I'll go to the archives too because some of those might be on Blog Talk and post the old shows of Mr. Carson on here.
No, all the shows when he was on here, they're on. If you go back through our old shows on YouTube, they're on here.
They're all on YouTube.
They're all on YouTube. Everyone was on YouTube. All right, where's this fucking shit? There's a fucking Preppy shit. All right, so this is what he says. I like the field work of Preppy Mohan. Like me, he visits these ancient sites in person and does not rely on Google images and hearsay. # forbidden knowledge. How is that any better? Like, dude, so you're better because you actually went to these places and you saw these same images that I can look at. I'm looking at in this video right here.
And doesn't Premi actually live in the country of most of the places he visits?
He lives there. Maybe an hour or two drive away from him or something. Some places.
Sometimes. He actually lives in the fucking country.
And what does it matter if you've been to the pyramids? Everything that you see, everything that he's showing is stuff that everybody can see.
Did you find
in India and over there? A lot of stuff, and he knows some of that stuff that's not big out there. I give him that because he's doing that. He's going to those places.
He's so offline.
It should be coming back on in 1 second.
All right.
Fucking gotta get Wiz over here to do this shit.
Can you hear us now? Are we back? All right, we're back. We're back.
I see us. All right, so back to what I was saying. So he doesn't show anything. Previ, I don't know how much you guys said. Previ Mohan, he's in India. He goes to these places not a lot of people go to. Not a lot of people have seen. He's actually shown me stuff. We've actually seen some stuff on his show and on his channel that I'm like, holy fuck. And I'm trying to look on Google. I'm like, wow, there is not a lot about this. These are some of the best fucking shit I've seen about this. He has done that. In the 5 years that I followed Forbidden Knowledge, yeah, 5 years. 5 years I followed Mr. Billy Carson. Forbidden Knowledge and
1, 2, 3,
Anunnaki
4,
history.
5.
I have not seen him put up anything, not one thing, that is not somebody else's fucking information or somebody else's picture or something else that you cannot find on Google, a picture of on Google Images, in better quality than what he's showing you. Or if you go through his fucking thing on Instagram and his Facebooks and see his pictures of where he is, you see him, he's doing stupid little poses. Or he's sitting there like he's meditating and stuff in front of the fucking the Angkor Wat and a fucking temple and stuff like that. How are you fucking... Dude, you're on the same fucking tour as everybody else standing behind you is. The fuck is that shit? You ain't fucking exploring. You ain't never gone into archaeology. Dude, I've actually gone out fucking digging for dinosaur bones and shit like that. Actually fucking dug in the ground and shit. Didn't find anything, but we were out on an actual dig where we was part of an actual archaeological dig and shit like that. And fucking helping dig and stuff like that when I was younger. I don't think he's ever even done that. Fuck, you could go to Ruggles Mine in New Hampshire, dude, into the mine and you fucking dig and find some fucking gemstones and shit like that. I don't think he's ever done that. I'm at these places. I'm doing field work. What the fuck field work are you doing, dude? Every place you go to has already been discovered. Everybody's been there already.
Talking to the neighborhood idiot and shit. The town drunk. I've got stories to tell. Old story. Good story.
Just give me the money and I'll talk all
Oh, you have
you
American
want.
dollar? They came from sky long time ago. Fire.
My ancestors tell us.
Sounds good. It all sounds really good.
So yeah, Mr. fucking Billy Carson and his fucking bullshit that he said. I love. He's all. I mean, that's really spiritualistic and fucking all peace and love and stuff. All fucking no ego there, that fucking dude. No bragging on that one. No fucking touting your fucking stroking your ego. Like, oh yeah, I'm out there doing my field work. Oh, everybody look. Look at me in front of the pyramids doing field work. That's me, like this guy here. We do the real work. Look at me.
Look, there's pictures in front of a microphone. You guys see us? Can you see us?
You guys got my microphone. Look at. I'm a journalist.
I'm the quantum sex master.
We're doing the real work.
If you want to know anything about quantum sexuality, then talk to me and I can explain it to you, okay? Okay. I've got my PhD in quantum sexuality. Okay.
I'm the quantum shaman.
Seriously. Gerald, you selling a tree in Brooklyn? How much?
Yeah, I got land on the moon. Anybody wants to set up a fucking cheese factory? A cheese mine, you guys can fucking mine all the cheese you want from my
Fuck
land.
all that. Yo, before Elon and them got there, I already had bought land on Mars. Anybody want to get some land on Mars? Because that's where the real money's going to be. Y'all don't understand. Because they going there, right? So just hit me up. I'll sell you some of my land
Well, they
on
gotta
Mars.
go. They're going, but see, that's why they're going to the moon, then to Mars.
Yeah, but I'm just saying.
They gotta
though.
go to moon to get to Mars. So that's why I'm saying you set up a cheese factory and a cheese fucking mine on the moon on some of my property. I'll lease the shit to you. Really good deal. I'll lease you some land, you know. I got a cut of the fucking whatever you mine, all the cheese you mine. I mean, there's a lot of cheese up there. The moon's made of cheese.
Cheese. Say cheese.
I had a really big chunk. I mean, I can for the last hour. Should be coming back in right now and just tell them we're just going to stop this one and just go fucking over there. Should be coming back any second. I'll wait until y'all can hear me. That shit's green. That shit's green. Should be. There we are. Alright, so I don't know if y'all heard us saying see us now or whatever, but we're gonna stop this stream right here in the last hour of the show. I'm gonna restart one and we'll be up again in 1 minute, like 1 minute, 2 minute stops. I'm just gonna shut all this one off and we're just gonna restart another one without all this other stuff on and everything. We'll have to do a fucking another test show or shit during the week and see what fuck the deal is when we got our tech guy in here, you know. So we are gonna end this one and just you all got your notifications on.
Have
and
your
everything
notification set.
anyway.
If you don't have notification set it. Go
Set it.
subscribe now. Set it so be notified, and we'll be right
back in 1 minute.
Jump on the live, and y'all better be back. I see the count. I know how many motherfuckers is there. Y'all better all be there.
We'll be right back.
Better be there.